there are people who are divided about this who feel it's just stuck in Nigeria. So the fact that they're not paying taxes, they're not yes, they are enhancing the lives of Nigerians in that there are Nigerians who use this platform to do business. But do you also think that they should be paying tax? Do you also think that they should cite, an office at least here, employ people? All right, so the Nigerian government, through the National Broadcasting Commission on Thursday, issued a fresh notice to all social media platforms and online broadcasting service providers in Nigeria to apply for its broadcast license. This new directive affects Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, and others. NBC Director General Armstrong Idachaba issued the notification in newspaper advertisement on Thursday. NBC warned that any online broadcast service provider that fails to obtain a license will be considered an illegal entity and would be outlawed. Idachaba said the application is in line with the provision of the National Broadcasting Act, Cap N11, Laws of the Federal Federation 2004, subsection 2(1)(b). And the Commission shall have responsibility of receiving, processing, and considering applications for the establishment, ownership, or operation of radio and television stations, including cable television services, direct satellite broadcast, and any medium of broadcasting. All right, Professor Idachaba said the application should be sent to his Abuja office. And this directive is coming after the Nigerian Communications Commission ordered all telecoms to block Nigerians from accessing Twitter. Well, saying out loud still feels very surreal that that actually happened, But well, all right, let's move on. Lagos is second least livable city in the world for 2021. Can you imagine that? Lagos, where everyone seems to aspire to go to, is the least livable city in the world. I wonder what Ibadan is in this rating. Ibadan's peaceful, Ibadan's calm, Ibadan is a lovely place to live in, actually. So all the hype about Lagos. Well, anyway, we'll go through the list and see where Ibadan stands. But I mean, a lot more definitely needs to be done with Ibadan. Ibadan's been urbanized in recent times, from government to government, almost with each succession, each government has tried to sort of urbanize the city. But there's a lot more that can be done. One of the things, obviously, the reason why I say a lot of people aspire to go to Lagos is because, a lot of our children graduate from Ibadan. And in their mind, they're thinking, okay, where are they going to work in Ibadan? Well, there are lots of radio stations now, but we need to allow more investment and more organizations to obviously be domiciled here, so that people don't have to go to Lagos. People do not have to go to Lagos. You can also succeed here. You can, have a life here, have a family here. But oftentimes when I ask undergraduates, when you finish, what happens? Okay, I'll go to Lagos or I'll travel abroad. So we need to change that narrative in Ibadan, where people feel like they can finish school, they can find work here. And I do know quite a number of organizations that pay well. That's also another reason why people feel they need to go to Lagos, because when they think about the pay here, as opposed to Lagos. But what they also need to think about is that life is definitely cheaper here, compared to Lagos. But anyway, that's story for another day. Let's look at more news headlines this morning. Polytechnic students not involved in June 12 protests. This is NAPS. There's apparently supposed to be some sort of protest happening on the 12th of June. Let's pray that it's safe and is as peaceful, as possible. It's peaceful through and through. All right, let's move to the Vanguard newspaper and bring you more headlines this morning. Behave yourselves. Ensure security of Nigeria if you want jobs. Buhari wants Nigerian youth. The way that sometimes, these headlines are, pardon? Yeah, help me with the word. Pardon? Yeah, they are funny. Okay, Dami's here in the studio and they are funny sometimes. I'm trying to, sometimes when you do watch the live video, you find out that that's not exactly how it's phrased, but hey, headlines have to grab you, I guess. So newspapers do what they can to grab you. So here, President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, has warned the Nigerian youth to behave themselves and ensure the nation is secured if they want jobs in the country. I haven't watched this video, so I'm not particularly saying that this headline is different from what he said, but it's just a funny headline. Buhari noted that no investor, because I remember during the NSAS period, NSAS time, when he felt like, sometimes it feels like public office holders treat Nigerian youth as babies, as if how our parents treat us, like you're still a child, you don't know what you're doing. But that's not true. These are adults. who also have a right to a say in the country, to policies in the country. So the whole behave yourself, how no matter how old you are, your parents still feel like they can tell you, behave yourself. Nigerian government needs to stop doing that. They need to stop doing that, because Nigerian youths are adults who also have a say, a lot of them are intelligent adults who also have a say in policy making. So this whole behave yourself, sit down there, don't talk, be seen attitude definitely needs to stop, or else we'll continue to have this whole draconian rulership behavior. Because a lot of when you look at the statistics, there are a lot more youths in Nigeria than people above a certain age. So if you're telling the majority of the people you're leading that they can't talk, they need to go and sit down, then you need to rethink that. Anyway, President Buhari, in an interview on Arise TV on Thursday morning, bemoaned the spate of violence in the country, blaming the NSAS protesters for the lack of investments and jobs. He said, I told them to tell the youth if they want jobs, they should behave themselves, make Nigeria secure so that people can come and invest. Nigeria is resourceful. Everybody knows that God has really endowed us. President Buhari, lamenting the NSAS protests, which were hijacked by hoodlums to perpetrate violence, said about 200 buses bought by the former governor of Lagos were burnt by restive youths. Who would go and invest in such an environment? Nobody. It is just common sense. He want the youths to be of good conduct if they must get jobs in the country. As a peaceful nation would attract investors in the country, youths should behave themselves, make Nigeria secure, and they will get jobs, because nobody can invest in an unsecured environment. Sometimes it really does feel like sometimes our government doesn't listen. They are very disconnected. The reason why the youths were protesting in the first place, because there's no job, there's no this, there's no that, and now you're blaming them for the lack of job. Was Nigeria great before the NSAS, protest happened? Yes, I know that. Yes, it was hijacked by people, but let's focus. Let's major on the majors, not major on the on things that we need to focus on and do what's right, as opposed to trying to pass the book. All right, it's 14 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. Let's look at more headlines this morning from the Vanguard newspaper as well. There's quite a number of interesting headlines. We'll take that. And don't forget, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be joined by the rest of the gang. Oh, I don't have any time. Okay, let me just read a few. Fighting corruption, difficult in democratic setting, Buhari. All right. Also, Buhari reiterates, we'll treat them in language they understand. Warning. He reiterates that. He had a not so live interview with Arise News, which was a good one, by the way. So it was good to see our president. It was good to hear him speak. It was good to, see him and see that, oh, okay. The impression that people gave about the president being somewhere like the vegetable is actually not right. All right. So if you can do that more often, obviously it will remove that, perception that people have that the president, cannot do anything without the presidency. Anyway, that's what I'll do for now. At 8 o'clock, I'll be joined by the rest of the gang. The breakfast gang consists of myself, Charity Jerome, and Oluwaseun Akinola. We're going to be looking at the week and some of the stories that made headlines this week. So you want to stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting conversation and a great time with the three of us on the show, of course, as you join us as well. Do go onto our Facebook page. I have a question there for you. We're on facebook.com/SplashFM 105.5. I have a question for you. Please go and of course, leave a comment. And thank you for watching. If you're on Facebook as well, do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Splash FM 105.5.
What do you need na safeguard?
Children that like to play.
They like to play.
Small pickings that must jolly.
They like to jolly.
But remember one thing, protect them with safeguard soap. Protect them with safeguard. Protect them with safeguard soap. From the tea and yama so the future go better.
Safeguard antibacterial soap. They come out every yama for body. It also they available for 50-gram size.
Àwọn tó kán létí wọn mọ ohun tó dára o. Kásìsì máa ni wọ́n ń lò. Kásìsì ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ òde òní náà fi ṣe. Kásìsì ó dára kì máa í mòrú. Ó tún ṣe ege sí òde òun tẹ́ bá fẹ́ o. Ó lè kókó. Ó dára ó rẹwà ó lànà pẹ́. Ó lè kókó. Ó dára ó rẹwà ó lànà pẹ́. Prestige wà. Lẹ́gẹ̀dì gan ìyẹn ò lẹ́gbẹ́. Diamond wà. Crystal pẹ̀lú Supreme tó dára. Ilé iṣẹ́ Nigerite ló ṣe wọ́n jáde o. Nigerite Calcicil kò táwọn yọjú.
Calcicil sílẹ̀
Vaseline tí lè ṣe Nigerite fìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní gbé jáde ó rẹwà ó le koko ó lálòpẹ́ bàbá ń bari ẹ̀ ní pé kì í mòoru ó yàtọ̀ láwùjọ àwọn sílẹ̀ ó tún ṣe gẹ́sì pèlè bẹ́ẹ̀ owó rẹ̀ mọ̀ níwọ̀nba ó sì wà ní gbogbo ilé ìtajà Nigerite jákèjádò Nàìjíríà. Nigerite Gas Sale ojú sílẹ̀ lásán lọ.
Try Ariel. Now your clothes will be cleaner than they ever be. Ariel is worth it. Well, Ariel is worth it. One wash removes 99.9% germs and eliminates tough stains. Well, Ariel is worth it. Oh, you protect your clothes and your family too. You know how much that's worth to you. Yeah.
Àti kékeré lọmọ mi ti ní ìran láti di ìlú mọ̀ká. Ojúṣe mi sì ni láti ràn lọ́wọ́ kí ìran rẹ̀ wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ìdí nìyí tí ó di àjẹsára rẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dúró digbí kó lè gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ títí tẹ́sẹ̀ rẹ̀ yóò fi múlẹ̀.
Ìràwọ̀ òṣèré wa tó kàn ní oníjó ballerino.
Mo fún ọmọ mi ní Vita lójoojúmọ́ tó ní iron, zinc àti vitamin C tó sì ran odi àjẹsára rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ tó tún fún un ní okun láti mú kí ìran rẹ̀ wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Vita, okun láti ní ìran.
The UEFA Euro 2020 is here, featuring the best of the best, the Sergio Ramoses, the Ronaldos, the Harry Kanes, the Mbappes, and of course you, the super fans. From Friday the 11th of June to Sunday the 11th of July, you can watch your favorite stars battle it out, match after match, to be crowned kings of Europe. The UEFA Euro 2020, it's anyone's game. Get and stay connected to DSTV to watch every game live on SuperSport or on the DSTV app.
Enter the place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting me cause all the shine. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. You wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the cocoa. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the cocoa.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
ShopRite's Big Red Carnival is back, and this year we're big on low prices, big on savings, with great deals on products like 12 Coke Fanta Sprite 500ml PET bottles at 1,099 naira 99 kobo, and buy 1 350 gram Kellogg's cornflakes at 799 naira 99 kobo.